it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have familiar people with us. Hollower, they can say their names and what they do in the band.
Well, I think we're still rolling with the.
Going with the whole
Uh,
undisclosed
Yeah,
answers.
it's out there. It's easy to find.
it's easy to find right now, but
Yeah.
the yeah. Well, I'll wait till you ask.
Yeah. So basically, he does the majority of the writing, the drums and the guitar, and then we come together for vocals and
Yeah.
basically song composition too.
Yeah, I
We
bring him the idea. The way we've been working is I kind of bring the ideas, and like from the bare bones idea, the rest is both of us.
we're calling each other all the time. Like there are so many.
So many different versions and so many late night phone calls where one of us is just annoyed that we're having to talk
Yeah.
about it at that moment. At the end of the day, it's-
changing like the most specific things.
changing little things here and there to make it all work. But yeah, that's kind of how it breaks down.
There we go. Well, I mean, I know the last time we had you guys on, there was some, obviously hidden details that people can go check out the first interview to get more of an understanding of what you guys got going on. But you got new stuff, obviously, since the last time we talked. You had a new record out, and then now you have an even newer record coming out, and it will be out by the time this airs. But what was the process of going through that? We kind of talked about it a little bit off camera, but how was writing, the process of that? I know that we talked about you went through kind of like bulk writing and stuff like that. So when you go into the studio, quote unquote, how do you go into the mindset of we got to keep writing stuff, we got to keep it fresh, we got to keep it new? Or is it just let's just go hard and just try to write as many songs as we can, as well as we can, and then try to get it out as soon as possible, obviously?
That's a great question.
Yeah, man. Really, the ideas never stop, and it's kind of why we kind of involuntarily bulk write, because there's always a newer idea. There's always something else going on, and we'll be in the middle of something that we've been doing for a couple of months, and then a new thing happens. There's a new idea. We get it down, we get the rough tracks down, and then we get so excited that we get on that idea. But it's been fun, man. It's been I feel like we've grown as far as musicians from the first album, for sure.
Just to add just like a little snippet, I think the process has changed a little from the first, because the main change is that I would say probably 75% of those songs were written before I even asked even be interested in doing it. So that kind of changed with this. Is every step of everything that I've written has gone through this filter right here, of him being like, yeah, that's cool, why don't we try this, or nah, let's maybe put that in the maybe pile, or stuff like that. Has definitely that's been the biggest change. Is we've definitely collaborated with every step of the process more this time than last time, for sure.
I feel like a lot of this stuff is a joint effort between you two. I have the chance to listen to the new record already, and I've just been bumping it in my car for the past week, just to get myself in that mental mode of reviewing stuff. And I was definitely I have to go back and listen to the first EP. That's a given. Usually I try to do that if I can with an artist. And it was crazy to see kind of the jump between the first EP and this one, where it's you guys had some really cool interludes going on, and I felt like the songs and just the pacing was just a little bit better, and the advent of clean vocals. I know that you guys are kind of tethering with that on the last record, but there were some songs on the new stuff that I was this is really cool. I like where the cleans are going, because it's not super high cleans, and it's not super low cleans. It's kind of right in the middle, and I feel like it was really tight. Did you guys ever consider doing singles, just releasing a bunch of singles at once, or you just feel like your mode is gotta do the EP, or I gotta do possibly a full length down the line?
Man, that's kind of what we're struggling with at the moment. We don't know what to do as far as, and you can go to our Facebook and see that we kind of ask our fans to see what they want. Like, hey, like, would you guys buy an EP?
Yeah.
Otherwise, because the game's kind of changing now, man. It's nobody's sitting down and going through a full record. Normal people who don't listen to music in that same kind of way. But
I mean, I'm not really going to add anything to that because that's pretty much nailed on. That's kind of where we're coming from.
Yeah, we would like to, but then it's kind of hard.
Well, that's how. I mean, not to spoiler alert. We were gonna do a full record, and we have all the songs for a full record, but that we're sitting on. But that being said, yeah, we kind of to add to. I don't know if we said this off camera or not, but if I already said it, I'm sorry. But that was kind of the thing that we fell short on the first batch of songs released is giving each song like the exposure that we feel like they needed. We kind of like put a few singles out and then kind of just jumped the gun a little bit in terms of putting it all out. I'm glad everybody
blew the load early.
Yeah, I'm glad everybody.
You can't be a one-pump chump.
Right.
You gotta longevity.
Yeah, and I'm glad everybody likes the songs, and we still get a few people who are like, oh man, I really like one of the B or C level. I mean, I think all the songs are cool, but some of the songs that didn't get put out as like an Awakened or whatever, like people still appreciate those songs. So it's cool to see that, but also we wanted to like do it a little bit different this time and kind of like let people sit on the songs a little longer and just kind of put them out a little slower and see how the pacing went that way.
I also like when bands kind of do that too, because it's content. It's always constant content. I think in an industry where I feel like I'm old school. I love physical CDs. I like have a bunch of vinyls that are behind my green screen, and like I collect because like I'm old and I like doing that. However, I can see the perspective of people that are newer that like constantly want something, and that makes sense too, because it's just like, oh, okay, like we're in an age where like I could look on my phone and be like, there's 20 other bands that are like putting out music, and so it's cool to get your guys' perspective on it, and I've asked other people as well, but it's always interesting to see how like people are like, oh well, I grew up in the days where like EPs, full lengths were like big, so I feel like even if it might be a waste, I do like the time investment of that.
Those people still exist everywhere, man, because I'm one of those people too,
I think collectively
you gotta, and that's why we're putting like a select few of our EPs, because we know those people are still out there.
Yeah, that want physical copy.
I mean, I'd buy our record. Like anything we put out, like if we sell it, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Still have it the whole way.
Yeah.
That might be because I'm in it.
That'll never change for us, I guess, because I definitely feel that way. It's just like you said, the game's changing, and if it were up to me, I would, I should say, but if it were up to us, I think we both feel the same way. We put a record out right now, but it's like the kids that aren't familiar with how things used to be. We're getting old. Let's just face that. We're getting old.
Yeah, we're all getting old.
It is. It's happened. The internet has changed kind of how this process works. I know I'm not saying anything anyone has not already said before, but it just. That's how it affects everybody. The trickle down affects us. Even we're a small band, like we're trying to make it work the best way we can. So.
Of course, and I know, like again, I know you do a lot of other projects and stuff like that. So it's like from the perspective of like a fan that understands like, hey, like EPs are a lot of money. They take a lot of time. Singles I don't mind because I think it's cool, and like you can always pile all the singles together into an EP. Like one band I'm thinking of off the top of my head was Spirit Box. They did a bunch of singles and then they put it into an EP, and obviously didn't release the last one until like the EP came out, but like I think that's really cool, and it's always something that's coming out, and then if everybody wants to listen to like the full thing, quote unquote, they can purchase an EP.
Yeah, that makes me feel better because I was a little worried. We were a little worried. We're like, we got 6 songs on this one. We've already put like 2.5 of them out. So I'm glad to hear you say Spirit Box did that. And kind of worked out for him. So that's good to hear.
Awesome, guys. So my next question is, obviously, like we've been mentioning a lot, you have a new EP coming out. So like, which one was your favorite to work on? I'm pretty sure it's like having a favorite child, but like,
Yeah.
what was one that you like really enjoyed, like writing, like whether it be a specific riff or like a vocal line, which one did you dig the most?
Man, this is hard because I know our songs as the pre-names before the official, like the between email names.
The pre-pro names.
Yeah.
I think with the new EP, I think it's a knowing. Is that
Yeah.
is
That's
that
WTF.
yeah. So yeah, so that one's my favorite one, but we will be releasing more content of like kind of our favorite riffs in our songs.
Oh, tight. Okay.
And that's what it'll kind of be like. These are the moments that maybe weren't highlighted, and we want to bring some attention to them. But a knowing is probably my favorite one vocally because that one's the most fun for me, and that song's a ripper, man.
I'm gonna have to say, I'll be short and sweet. I'm gonna have to say Blackbriar, which is a song we haven't put out yet. I really like that song, and I mostly because I don't really I don't really give a crap about vocals most of the time. I go in and it's more so work for me than it is because we do ourselves. So it's like, all right, let's get in and do this kind of thing. And then once we get going, I get more inspired because he starts nailing stuff and the fire starts. But that one is super strong vocally to me. I think that one is like a good representation of like the EP as a whole vocally, and I think instrumentally there's a bunch of cool stuff that we haven't really delved into before. There's a solo in it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Phone dropping in here. There's a solo in that song. There's like a bunch of elements that we haven't really touched on in that song. So that we were kind of waiting for the EP only release for that one. We wanted to do something special for it, but we were like, let's just save it, and let people kind of hear it later.
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Obviously you guys are particularly more of like a studio band, so do you ever plan on like doing kind of like live shows and getting kind of people to like do backup for you guys or something like that? Because I think what you guys do is very interesting in terms of just like a two-piece and just being a studio project and stuff, but would you ever consider like being like, oh well, we'll do this? Because I know a few of you guys do like separate things where you're playing live, so I'm curious if that ever like crossed your mental path of being like, hey, well, we should do this live or something.
Yeah.
Got out of all the thoughts that have probably crossed our minds, that's like one of the big ones. That's like the thing we get asked most, probably.
I'm sure, yeah.
We get asked anything often, but that's like a recurring thing. Like, so when you guys playing a show?
Right.
And
can't wait to see you guys.
Can't wait to see you guys. And it's like it's a weird I don't know, it's a weird feeling, I guess, because it's like I would love to take this thing live, but this is 100% honest. This isn't me just like I'm just gonna say this in front of the camera because it's like a cute thing to say.
Yeah.
But we did not think that this was gonna be what it is. Like we went into this with like this batch, like the batch of songs that are on Forking Paths, just like, hey man, let's just see what happens. And we shot that video with Luke. We shot 2 videos with our friend Luke, who lives on California. Shout out Luke, I love you. Yeah, we shot those videos and like did that whole cycle, and we were just like every step of the way. We did that Corn cover and Slipknot, all the other stuff we did like on the wayside.
Which, by the way, I thoroughly enjoyed all the covers we did.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good way to
kind of bridge the gap.
And also we kind of took it back home to our roots.
Slipknot and Corn is kind of where we grew up. So.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, to finish the thought, all I was going to say is, we never thought it was going to amount to anything. So, like, we got to this point, and we're like, crap. It's like, not that it's too late. I don't want to disappoint anybody and be like, I mean, but it's just hard because we both work full-time jobs. I travel like
Sure,
two
yeah.
weeks out of a month.
It would have to be something special, but we could do it.
We could
That's
do
the
it.
thing.
I'm not
We have people
who would show up and it would
who
be a
are
good fit.
already like, man, if you guys need a guitar player, I'm here. I can play these riffs.
We've definitely had some pretty ridiculous offers from some pretty big people in
That's
the world.
sick.
I haven't been able to like talk about it because it's been a while since like anybody cool has popped in and been like, hey man. But there have been a couple where I've just been like, you want to
Yeah.
play for this band? Are you sure?
It's I guess it's always a possibility, but it'd have to be something special.
The timing would have to be yeah.
It'd have to line up.
We won't rule it out. Do what?
I said it would have to line up. Everything would have to line up.
The stars would have to align.
Yeah, for sure.
But wait, that's follower, man. You know?
Yeah, that's the name of this game.
I mean, I feel like I had to ask, I'm for the people here. So, like,
Right.
I feel like people were going to, if they didn't ask me or whatever, like, I feel like it was a question that I was more curious about because it would be cool to see, like, those riffs and, like, some of, like, the vocals and all that stuff just, like, done live because, I feel like you guys have that, like, that something, that, like, special spark about, like, a metalcore band and, like, progressive stuff that I feel like a lot of people aren't, I wouldn't necessarily say tap into, but it's just like it's so different. And again, not to like know John's about like the new EP, but like I think it's steps above like what I thought like Forking Path was, and I feel like it's a little bit more like collective. I feel like like what you were trying to get across in the EP, like the Forking Path. I feel like you guys really kind of evolved, changed, and I feel like you guys definitely brought out a lot of the great aspects of what I liked from the EP, your first EP till now. So
Awesome. That's good to hear. Man, yeah, that I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something to that thought, but I can't remember. Yeah, we just move on.
But anyway, I've got some real fun questions. I always love, this is a great repeat question I like asking whenever you guys come on. But who have you guys been jamming recently? Who have you been listening to? What's on your Spotify?
There's definitely going to be some repeat answers in this too, because there are some hardcore just like bases of my. You go first.
The sample bands,
Yeah, there are some hardcore staples.
As far as new music in metalcore, I've been listening to Polaris because apparently they're sick, man. I've never heard of them, and I just stumbled across them. And they're sick. I really like what they do. I really like how they sound. And for some reason, I've been jamming this band Alpha Wolf, but just
yes.
When I'm in the mood to break something,
He's hit me a couple times with, dude, can we just Alpha Wolf this?
Yeah.
I'm sure I know how. Like I have riffs, but I don't know if I have those riffs. But yeah, those are two solid ones. I think I know I had to have said Keen the first time around. Keen, that they're like Coldplay-ish kind of thing.
Yeah, I believe you did, yeah.
I freaking love Keen. I listen to Keen all the time. God, dude, I'm just gonna jump around.
Jam with Sam.
Oh, you can. I think okay, so we got Keen up here, but also I've been jamming a lot of Necrophagus recently.
Oh, sick, yeah.
Surreption. I'm trying to think. There's been a couple bands where I've just been like, so spoiler, a band I'm in on the side played Summer Slaughter, the Atlanta Day of Summer Slaughter this year, and I got the chance to see Rivers of Nile, and dude, those are rippers. Let me tell you, best sounding band of the night, coolest jams, like they were freaking awesome. I'd listened to them before, and I never really tapped into them super hard. I was like, oh, this is cool. I just moved on, but dude, they were so good live. They were impeccable. So I've been jamming them a lot just because I saw them and I was like, holy crap. I wish, man, that makes me want to play shows because I have a feeling some people saw us. We would do it the right way. Some people saw us, maybe have that effect, but
yeah,
maybe one day.
I'm sure we would. I'm sure it'll be spectacular.
Yeah, it will definitely. We will
Pyrotechnics and all.
Definitely bring the rain on the first.
You gotta bring the heat. I'm all, you know what I mean. You guys got it. That's I feel like if you're gonna come out and do it a handful of times, I feel like you gotta really just sell it, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome, guys. Next question, another fun one. If you could compile a musical supergroup, who'd be in your band?
Oh, dude, Wes Houck.
I don't know anybody by name.
Wes Houck, dude. For
Oof,
sure.
yeah.
Um, Dang, I think that dude and probably a handful of others are the because I really really struggle finding some of this material. I'm like I know some people that could probably play, but like less out, dude. Wait, to fill out our band or to create a different band?
I feel like in your case, since you guys are kind of like a studio project, I'd say fill out your band, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So Wes Howe. I would play drums because I think I can handle the drum part. The guitar parts are freaking hard, but at least for me. But Wes Howe. So we kicked this guy out, and then we replaced him with I don't know, bass player. I don't know. Can I shift like a really good guitar player over to bass and just call it a day? Or
Okay.
like guitar players. Wes Howe and Sims. Get Sims in here.
Okay,
Sims,
okay.
yeah, get him in here.
I would replace
Shout out
myself
Sims.
with the singer of It Dies Today. Honestly, we could do that. I think his name is
Oh my
Nick.
God.
That guy's a beast,
Dude,
man.
that's
That's some of the best vocals out there.
Why is this happening?
Caden Choir.
I'm gonna go ahead and say we have very obviously not talked about or discussed any of this ever. This is just happening. I'm learning so much right now.
You're just like, man, this whole band's just got switched up, and like,
Yeah. Who is this person sitting next to me?
he's like, oh, see you later. I'm out of the band. You're getting replaced by someone, way more qualified, I guess. I have no idea. Oh man, awesome guys. Next question. If there was one album that you wished that you wrote, what album would it be?
Oh, The Discovery. Easy.
Born
Born with Cyrus.
with Osiris. Mine would be the Choir by It Dies Today.
Of course it is. Nah, I mean I say The Discovery, or I mean not to just jump on Born with Cyrus's wiener for a second, but A Higher Place. I feel like okay, that is my first of all, A Higher Place is my favorite record of all time, and the production is kind of on it, but I swear, dude, if people gave that record a chance, they would just be like, whoa, what a freaking gold mine of
When did it come out?
cool chord progression. 2009.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So many cool chord progressions. The production, I think, killed it. But dude, so many cool chord progressions, riffs, so many cool keyboard parts. Like it just like, oh man, that was like those. So the grouping of those three records, The New Rain, A Higher Place, and Discovery, dude, those are just like freaking. Like that is what I strive to be. Cameron Loach, Yama boy. He writes all the cool riffs, all the cool chord progressions. Yeah, he's the man. Like that is. I don't know if this is the question, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. My favorite musician, Cameron Loach. That guy's a wizard. He's the real deal. You're a wizard, Cameron.
Yeah. I didn't ask for it, but I got it anyway. So I'm real happy that that was not even remotely close to the question I was asking, but you answered it anyway. So I'm
We made it all over.
super proud of you. And the last thing, guys, the most important thing, tell them about Hollower, where they can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
I'm gonna answer that because you don't know any of it. I think I just recently changed our Facebook to www.facebook.com/HollowerOfficial, I believe. Our website is www.holloweratl.com. That's where you can get where you can pick up pre-order or any of our merch. We have I think 5 or 6 different designs up. They're all pretty cool. They're all very comfy. I did it on purpose. So extra money to get comfy shirts because I shamelessly wear my own shirts.
Yeah, I have so many of our own shirts.
Yeah, they're comfy. And Instagram is @HollowerOfficial. We post little snippets of jams there. We post all kinds of fun stuff there. So
Yeah, I would say check out our covers too. I feel like those didn't get enough love.
I
Check
think
out Check out our corn cover, which was shot entirely in one shot,
yeah.
in one take. That whole there's a whole bunch of little Easter eggs around it too.
Yeah, if you look closely, you'll see some.
Right. Our Slipknot cover, we did Donkey Kong, we did Humble by Kendrick Lamar. Check those out; those were all really fun.
Yeah, and we kind of just put them out as an afterthought, but we did put a lot of time into those. So. Yeah. And also, check out our EP when it comes out August 25th. We're very, very proud and stoked, and there's a lot more where that came from. So there's that.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, as if I love this band enough, go check out Holler. I've had them on a while ago, and if you haven't checked out the first one, you should definitely go do so if you're unfamiliar with them. But if you're fans of like Boner of Osiris, some real like techie shit, you'll definitely be down with this band for sure. Links in the description where you can find out about their music. Go pre-order their new EP. This will be well past that when it comes out, but you'll check out a review of when it comes out, and I will be posting about it, so go give that a watch. Past tense, yes, past tense. And if you enjoy this interview, share it, like it, subscribe. It goes a long way, and thanks, of course, to lovely people at Hollower for coming on again.
Thank you so much, man. Sorry it's been so long since we've done this. We always enjoy coming on, so thank you. Thank you.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.